Hey guys, Swordsman here, bringing you your first weapon review for Battlefield 3, and the first weapon we're going to be taking a look at is the M249 Saw. Now, this is a weapon that is pretty popular amongst the support class users, what few there are, and it's one that I instantly fell in love with when I began to use it in Battlefield 3, and it just brings back like an air of familiarity that I've been using this gun before. It feels like I've been using this gun for almost a decade in FPS gaming. It seems like no matter what modern-ish based FPS you happen to pick up, they probably have a saw or some variation of the saw in the game itself, and it's just a comfort zone type thing that I think that I'm drawn to. I enjoy it. I like using it in just about every game I've used it in. It seems good. I like it, you know. But with that said, let's see if we can dive in here and take a look at the stats to get you guys all the pertinent information that you need to know to make your decision on whether or not you want to use it. We'll start off with the damage, and it is the fact that it does 25 damage per bullet up close, and then over a distance that drops down to 19 damage at the maximum range. That roughly translates into 4 bullets to kill up close, 6 bullets to kill at max range, which isn't too bad as you may have expected from your own playtesting or seeing it in the game itself. You can kill people pretty quickly when it comes to using the saw. Its ammo capacity starts out with a 100 round, magazine, box, whatever. Whenever it's the default weapon, if you bust it out with no perks or specializations or attachments, whatever, you got 100 rounds to throw downfield, each of them doing 25 damage. The players in Battlefield have 100 health total, so I mean you can mow down a big wave of people. If you do run the extended mags, you can beef that up to about 200 rounds, and that is a long time of shooting your gun without having to reload that big bitch. But when you do come to reloading, it'll take you a bit because it is a 6-second reload, which it's not too terrible. And with 200 rounds, you shouldn't have to do it too often. Some games I've gone where I've never reloaded because the actual pace of the game has been so frantic and fast-paced that I've typically died before I got to the end of the 200 rounds or whatnot. So it's sometimes you need to just be aware of how long it takes to find cover, get your teammates to take your position, fall back behind something, then begin the reload process. What makes this gun equally effective is that it has an 800 rounds per minute fire rate, and when you combine that with what I consider very manageable recoil and the high enough damage of 25 plus that fast, that it's the 800 RPM for me is right in a nice sweet spot. That it doesn't make for too much recoil, it doesn't make for too slow of a gun, that it needs higher damage but it just less bullets. It seems like it has all of the characteristics of a gun that I particularly feel comfortable with when it comes to steady recoil, fast rate of fire, decent enough damage that I can get out there on the field and become fairly accurate with it and turn it into a bit of a killing machine. Now, let's move on to my preferred setup. I like to use the IR scope on the saw. I like to use the IR scope on almost all of the light machine guns for that matter. Some of the pros is that it is fantastic for spotting campers. If you see somebody in a bush that you couldn't see before with the IR scope, they're not hiding. They're right there for you to see. Same goes for campers where you can only see the tip of their head sticking up over a rock if they're trying to snipe or something. It just makes for very nice vision to spot people that might be a little bit harder to pick out with your naked eye in a red dot sight. Another bonus is that, let's face it, Battlefield 3 does have its variety and its fair share of dark environments where it's hard to see people lurking in corners, lurking in shadows, they're just laying prone somewhere on the floor in a dark room. Those exist whether it's on Operation Firestorm in a big bright desert when you go into a building, or in, say, Operation Metro. Now, an alternative is to use a flashlight, but light machine guns, of course, don't get flashlights, so to me, the IR scope being able to take a peek quickly into dark areas to see any targets it's nice. When you couple that fact with the fact that it has a very nice red dot in the middle of the scope itself, it's not like the Chevron. I can't stand the Chevron. I'm so god-awful with those things. But it has a nice dot, a little bit of zoom, it just makes for a very nice, ideal sight for my playstyle. Alright, for the middle attachment, I like to run with the grip. I know a lot of people love the bipods. They like the bipods, they like to lay prone and deploy them, and it reduces recoil and everything. I get the bonus of that. I enjoy the bonus of that sometime. But the grip is useful to me every time. Every shot I fire, the grip is being used. It's benefiting me at all times, no matter what. It doesn't take a second to deploy. It doesn't take a second to pull it off the ground or whatever, like the bipod. It's always there. It's always working for me. And for me, the grip itself is a very noticeable reduction in recoil that it makes it quite fine for me to use. For the last specialization in equipment attachment, it's got to be extended mag. The more bullets, the better. When you have 200 rounds ready to be fired at whoever moves, someone's going to die, and they're going to die in a hurry. That is my that's my take on this gun. I gave you all of the in-game stats of what you can expect and how this gun will perform. It's up to your own personal preference. I hope you enjoyed it. If you happen to have found this weapon review on your own, there will be a glossary of sorts, an index, where it will house all of the links to all of my weapon reviews for Battlefield 3. You should see an annotation on the screen at the beginning and end of this video, so if not, it'll be there soon. Otherwise, click it and you can go check out the other weapon reviews. Take care, guys. I will see you in future videos.